by T.S. Eliot. We are the hollow men. We are the stuffed men, leaning together, headpiece filled with straw. Alas, our dry voices when we whisper together are quiet and meaningless. As wind in dry grass, or rats' feet over broken glass in our dry cellar. Shape without form, shade without color. Those who have crossed with direct eyes to death's other kingdom, remember us, if at all, not as lost, violent souls, but only as a hollow man. Let me be no nearer. In death's dreaming kingdom, let me also wear such deliberate disguises: rat's coat, crow skin, crossed staves. In a field, behaving as the wind behaves. No nearer, not that final meeting in that twilight kingdom. This is dead land. This is cactus land. Here the stone images are raised. Here they receive the supplication of a dead man's hand. Under the twinkle of a fading star. Is it like this, in death's other kingdom, waking alone at the hour when we are trembling with tenderness, lips that would kiss, form prayers to broken stone? There are not eyes here. There are no eyes here. In this valley of dying stars, in this hollow valley, this broken jaw of our lost kingdoms, in this last of meeting places, we grope together in a void speech, gathered on this beach of the tumid river. Sightless, unless the eyes reappear, as a perpetual star, multifoliate rose of death's twilight kingdom, the hope only of empty men. Here we go round the prick. Here we go round the prickly pear, prickly pear, prickly pear. Here we go round the prickly pear at 5 o'clock in the morning. Between the idea and the reality, between the motion and the act, falls this shadow. For thine is kingdom. Between the conception and the creation, between the emotion and the response, falls the shadow. Life is very long. Between the desire and the spasm, between the potency and the existence, between the essence and the descent, falls the shadow. For thine is the kingdom. For thine is, life is, for thine is the... This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends. This is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but a whimper.
Okay, good. I'm sorry, just one thing thing, I forgot to give the obligatory, like, if you don't know what forensics is, so I have a 30-second spiel. So forensics is basically competitive public speaking. We don't focus so much on the competition. This is our favorite night, these different forensics nights of whatever we do, and we love it when these folks come up and perform this. Just so you know, they are only allowed a chair, a stool, or a block. It's technically an infinite number of any of those, but we won't do that right now. And you should know that if there's more than one person on stage working with another person or persons, the rules are that they can't make eye contact and they can't touch, which is odd but fun. So are there any other rules? And there aren't any crime scene investigations required or cadavers, but so it's other forensics. There you go. All right, you good?
Yep.
Awesome. All right.
Urinal the Turtle by Dr. Seuss. On the faraway island of Salosant, Urinal the Turtle was king of the pond. A nice little pond. It was clean, it was neat. The water was warm. They had plenty to eat. The turtles had everything turtles might need. And they were all happy, quite happy indeed. They were until Urinal, the king of them all, decided the kingdom he ruled was too small. I'm ruler, said Urinal, of all that I see, but I don't see enough, that's the trouble with me. With a stone for a throne, I look down on my pond, but I cannot look down on the places beyond. This throne that I sit on is too low down. It ought to be higher, he said with a frown. If I could sit high, how much greater I'd be. What a king I'd be, ruler of all that I see. So Urinal the Turtle King lifted his hand, and Urinal the Turtle King gave a command. He ordered 9 turtles to swim to a stone, and using these turtles, he built a new throne. Using these, he made each turtle stand on another one's back. He piled them all up in a 9-turtle stack. Then Turtle climbed up, and he sat on the pile. What a wonderful view! He could see most a mile. All mine, Turtle cried. Only things I now rule. I'm the king of a cow and the king of a mule. I'm the king of a house and was more beyond that. I'm the king of a blueberry bush and a cat. I'm Urinal the Turtle and marvelous me, for I am the ruler of all that I see. And all through the morning he sat up there high, saying over and over, a great king am I. Until long about noon, he heard a faint sigh. What's that? Snapped the king, and he looked down the stack, and he saw at the bottom a turtle named Mac. And this plain little, just part of his throne, and this plain little turtle looked up and he said, "Beg your pardon, King Turtle, I've got pains in my back and my shoulders and knees. How long must we stand here, Your Majesty, please?" "Silence," the king of the turtles barked back. "I'm king, and you're only a turtle named Mac. You stay in your place while I sit here and rule. I'm the king of a cow, I'm the king of a mule. I'm the king of a house and a bush and a cat. But that isn't all, I'll do better than that. My throne shall be higher," his royal voice thundered. "So pile up more turtles, I want about 200. Turtles, more turtles," he bellowed and brayed, and the turtles way down in the pond were afraid. They trembled, they shook, but they came, they obeyed. The whole families of turtles with uncles and cousins, and they all stepped on the head of poor Mac. One after another, they climbed up, and one after another, they climbed up the stack. And Urinal the Turtle was perched up so high, he could see 40 miles from his throne in the sky. "Hooray!" shouted Urinal, "I'm the king of the trees, I'm the king of the birds, and the king of the bees. I'm the king of the butterflies, king of the air. There's, me, what a throne, what a wonderful chair. I'm Urinal the Turtle, oh marvelous me, for I am the ruler of all that I see." Then again from below, with a great heavy stack, came a groan from that plain little turtle named Mac. "Your Majesty, please, I don't like to complain, but down here below we are feeling great pain. Down here at the bottom, I know up on top you are seeing great sights, but down here at the bottom, we too should have rights. We turtles can't stand it, our shells will all crack. Besides, we need food, we're starving," groaned Mac. "You hush up your mouth," howled the mighty King Urinal. "You have no right to talk over the world's highest turtle. I roll from the clouds over land, over sea. There's nothing that's higher than me." But while he was shouting, he saw with surprise that the moon of the evening was starting to rise up over his head in the darkening skies. What's that?" sort of Urinal would say. "What is that thing that dares to be higher than Urinal the King?" some more turtles, I'll stack them to heaven. I'll be about 5,607. But as Euro the Turtle King lifted his hand and started to order and give the command, that plain little turtle below in the stack, that plain little turtle whose name was just Back, decided he'd take it enough and he had. And that plain little lad got a big cat. And that plain little Mac and a plain little thing, he birthed and his birth crowned the king. And Yertle the Turtle, the king of the trees, the king of the air and the birds and the bees, the king of the house and the cow and the mule, well, that was the end of the Turtle King's rule. For Yertle, the king of all Salmasan, fell off his throne, plunk into the pond. And today the great Yertle of that marvelous sea is king of the mud. That is all he can see. And the turtles, of course, the turtles are free, as turtles and maybe all creatures should be here.
All right, next up we have David Gutman and we have John Roeper on deck, just so folks know what's going on. That was excellent. Thank you. Welcome to the team. Wait, do you need it? No. Oh, judging time right. Yes, yes.
Trapped in a monologue by Javieres 42. I've had all sorts of problems lately. I lost my job, my dog ran away, taxes are always there, my car broke down, I got a terrible rash that I prefer not to talk about. Oh, and my bathtub randomly exploded. Exploded! Don't ask. I don't even know. Seriously. I'm not trying to question the universe or anything, but that kind of stuff just plain doesn't happen. It definitely ruined my day. And don't even get me started on the crap that's on daytime television nowadays. It's like the entire world is against me. Like I'm just a fictional character for some twisted writer to vent his anger on just to make himself feel better about his own life. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's the only thing I can compare it to. You know what? I'm being selfish. I've just been telling you about all my problems. I never listen to what you have to say. How's life? Hey, wait just a second here. Something's wrong. What the heck? I'm not talking to anybody. I've been talking to myself this whole time. Am I crazy? Now that I think about it, I don't remember anything before me saying I've had all sorts of problems lately. I can't remember any of my life. It's like my life started with that sentence, and there was nothing before it. Okay, now, don't panic. I'm sure there's some reasonable explanation, right? Let's see, where am I? I'm in some sort of room. Alright, that's a start. My God, why do I feel so comfortable talking to him? Oh, wait. There's people. They're just sitting there. Watching. They must be some kind of alien race that abducted me and fed me a drug that made me forget my entire life and talk to myself like some kind of mental patient. Hey, aliens! Can you hear me? I'm on to you. I know what you're doing. You want me to freak out until I give up the name and location of the president, so you can have all of mankind at your command. Well,
All right, our next up, we do have a little anger content warning, John. So if you have younger folks who might, or if you are a younger folk who doesn't like angry screaming, it also involves talking about death. Yeah, we could move it. Yeah. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so, John, you're trapped here too, like David. Yeah, you're in the PG plus. Joseph, Patrick, and Dave, sorry to spring this up. Do you go by Joe? Yeah. Oh, hi. Oh my goodness. I met you. And I did way back. Sorry about that. Are you good? Are you good? All right, awesome. Yeah, so Joe is up. Okay. And then Timothy is on deck. Good.
Judging time already?
Yes.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas by Dr. Seuss. Every Who down in Whoville liked Christmas a lot. But the Grinch, just north of Whoville, did not. The Grinch hated Christmas, the whole Christmas season. Now, please don't ask why. No one quite knows the reason. It could be that his head wasn't screwed on quite right. It could be perhaps his shoes were too tight. But I think the most likely reason of all may have been his heart was 2 sizes too small. But whatever the reason, his heart or his shoes, he stood there on Christmas Eve, hating the Who's, staring down from his cave with a sour, grinchy frown at the warm-lighted windows below in the town, for he knew every Who was busy now, hanging a mistletoe wreath. And they are hanging their stockings, he snarled with a sneer. Tomorrow is Christmas, it's practically here. Then he growled, with his great fingers nervously drumming. He said, I must find a way to keep Christmas from coming. But how? For tomorrow, he knew, all the Who girls and boys would wake up bright and early. They'd rush for their toys. Then the Who's would sit to feast. First, they would start on Who pudding, the rare Who roast beef, which was something the Grinch couldn't stand in the least. And then they'd stand hand in hand in the roost and start singing. The more the Grinch thought of the Who Christmas sing, the more the Grinch thought, I must stop this whole thing. Why, for 53 years, I put up with it now. I must stop Christmas from coming. But how? I know just what to do, the Grinch laughed in his brightly made a quick Santa Claus hat and coat. He chuckled and chuckled. What a great Grinchy trick. With his hat and coat, I'll look just like St. Nick. All I needed is rain. Grinch looked around. But since reindeer is scarce, there was none to be found. Did that stop the old Grinch? No. The Grinch simply said, if I can't find a reindeer, I'll make one instead. So he caught his dog Max and took some red thread and tied a big horn on the top of his head. Then he loaded some bags and ordered these sacks on a ramsack sleigh and hitched up old Max. The Grinch said, giddy up, and the sleigh started down towards the homes where the Who's lay snooze in the town. All the windows were dark, white snow filled the air. All the Who's were dreaming sweet dreams without care. He came to the first house in the square. There's a step. Remember the one? No, Grinchy Claus hissed, and he climbed to the roof, empty bags and big fish. Then he slid down the chimney, a rather tight reach. But if Santa could do it, so could the Grinch. He got stuck, only for once a moment or two. Then he stuck his head out of the fireplace flue. All the Who stockings, all the little Who stockings, all in a row. He stockings he grabbed the first ones to go. Then he slithered and slunk with a smile most unpleasant. Around the whole room, he took every present. Then he stuffed them in bags. And the Grinch
beef. Then he stuffed up all the food up the chimney with glee. And now, grinned the Grinch, I will stuff up the tree. 3,000 feet up Mount Crumpet, he rode to the tip top to dump it. Hoo hoo to the who, and the bear found out that no Christmas is coming. That's a noise, in the Grinch, that I must simply hear, so he paused and put his hand to his teeth. And he did hear a sound rising over the snow. It started low and started to grow. Why, the sound was very merry. Every who down in Whoville, tall and small, was singing without any presents at all. The Grinch hadn't stopped Christmas from coming. It came, somehow or the other. It came, just the same. And then what happened? Well, in Whoville they say that the Grinch's small heart grew 3 sizes that day. And the moment his heart didn't feel quite right, he whizzed through the bright morning light. He brought back the toys, he brought back the food from the feast. He himself, the Grinch, carved the roast beef.
Fresh Timothy's up next, and he's not yet. And it's, oh, they're not here.
And for those who don't remember, the book is Animal Farm, and this is a pig talking. Animal Farm by George Orwell. Comrades, you have heard already about the strange dream I had last night, but I shall come to the dream later. I have something else to say first. I do not think, comrades, that I shall be with you for many months longer. And before I die, I feel it my duty to pass on to you such wisdom as I have acquired. It is about this that I wish to speak to you. Now, comrades, what is the nature of this life of ours? Let us face it. Our lives are miserable, laborious, and short. We are born. We are given just so much food as will keep the breath in our bodies. And those of us who are capable of it are forced to work to the last atom of our strength. And the very instant that our usefulness has come to an end, we are slaughtered with hideous cruelty. No animal in England knows the meaning of happiness or leisure after he is a year old. No animal in England is free. But is this simply part of the order of nature? Is it because this land of ours is so poor that it cannot afford a decent life to those who dwell upon it? No, comrades, 1,000 times no. The soil of England is fertile. Its climate is good. It is capable of affording food in abundance to an enormously greater number of animals than now inhabit it. This single farm of ours could support 12 horses, 20 cows, hundreds of sheep, and all of them living in a comfort and a dignity that are now almost beyond our imagining. So why then must we continue in this miserable condition? It is because almost the whole of the produce of our labor is stolen from us by human beings. There, comrades, is the answer to all our problems. It is summed up in a single word: man. Man is the only man. Man is the only true problem we have. Remove man from the scene, and the root cause of hunger and overwork is abolished forever. Man is the only creature who consumes without producing. He does not give milk. He does not lay eggs. He is too weak to pull a plow. He cannot run fast enough to catch rabbits. Yet he is lord of all the animals. Our labor tills the soil. Our dung fertilizes it. Yet no animal owns more than his bare skin. You cows that I see before me, How many thousands of gallons of milk have you given during this past year? And what has happened to that milk that should have been given up breeding sturdy calves? Every drop of it has gone down the throats of our enemies. And you hens, how many eggs have you laid in this past year? And how many of those eggs ever hatched into chickens? The rest have all gone to market to bring in money for Jones and his men. And you, Clover, or those four foals you bore, who should have been the support and pleasure of your old age, each of them was sold at a year old. You will never see one of them again. In return for your 4 confinements and all your labor in the fields, what have you ever had except your bare rations and stall? And even the miserable lives we lead are not allowed to reach their natural span. For myself, I do not grumble, for I am one of the lucky ones. I'm 12 years old and have had over 400 children. Such is the natural life of a pig. But no animal escapes the cruel knife in the end. You young porkers who are sitting in front of me, every one of you will scream your lives out at the block within a year. To that horror we almost come. Cows, pigs, hens, sheep, everyone, even the horses and the dogs have no better fate. Is it not crystal clear then, comrades, that all the troubles of this life of ours spring from the tyranny of human beings? Remove man from the scene, and all the produce of our labor would be our own. Almost overnight, we could become rich and free. What then must we do? Why, work night and day, body and soul, for the overthrow of the human race. That is my message to you, comrades. Rebellion. I do not know when this rebellion will come. It might be in a week or in 100 years. But I know, surely as I see this straw beneath my feet, that sooner or later justice will be done. Fix your eyes on that, comrades, throughout the short remainder of your lives. And above all, pass on this message of mine to those who come after you, so that future generations will carry on the struggle until it is victorious. And remember, comrades, never listen when they tell you that man and the animals have a common interest, that the prosperity of the one is the prosperity of the others. It is all lies. Man serves the interest of no creature except himself. And among us animals, let there be perfect unity, perfect comradeship in the struggle. All men are enemies. All animals are comrades.
It all started when John and James, the twins, had come over to my house and explained their plan to me. We then gathered our 2 other friends, Lucy and Zoe, and explained the plan to them. The plan was to sneak into the old abandoned hospital, take some photos, and get out of there before we got caught. We left our houses around 10 p.m. and met up at the park that's by all of our houses. When we were all at the park, we made sure we had all of our supplies and put James in charge of taking photos. We then headed our way to the hospital. It took us about 20 minutes of walking in the dark to reach the hospital, but when we got there, it was finally all worth it. We crawled through a broken window and began our adventure, but what we didn't know is that it was going to end very badly. The girls were a little scared, while the twins were acting all tough and brave to impress them. We had been walking through the hallways of the hospital for about 15 minutes. Then Zoe noticed the twins weren't with us. We had all gotten a little scared, especially when we heard them scream. We ran through the hallways, aimlessly searching for them, when we found blood. The smell was awful. There was just so much blood everywhere. It was on the ground, the walls. I think even I saw some blood on the ceiling. There was a trail of blood that led into a room, so we followed it in. In the room, John was laying on the ground, lifeless. We were all so scared we ran to the exit. Maybe But when we got to the doors, they wouldn't open. We all three had pulled on the doors, but no matter how much strength we put into it, they wouldn't open. We turned around to go find the broken window we got in through when there was a figure covered in blood. The figure had laughed when it saw how scared our faces were. Lucy tried to ask it what it wanted, but it just laughed more when it heard the fear in her voice. The figure walked closer and closer and had a knife in its hand. Just not any knife, though, but one covered in blood. The figure approached Lucy and Zoe, and they were huddled together and slaughtered them. Just stabbed and sliced away at them while they screamed. It held them in place to where they couldn't run at all. And what I did, I just stood there, frozen in my spot, unable to move. I finally got the courage and ran out of there, and I found the broken window. I ran down the streets as fast as I could until I got there. I just wish my friends would have survived too, I said to the cops as I finished my story. But James survived, remember? He arrived a couple of minutes after you, and he's been telling his side of the story to another cop. The man in front of me told me as I smiled at the good news. Another cop walked in the room and whispered something to the ear of the cop who was questioning me. Then he handed him some photos that were smeared with blood. He looked at the photos, wiped the blood off, and took a closer look. And then he looked up at me. He kept looking at the photos and then looking at me. "What's going on?" I asked, ready for answers. The cop didn't say anything, just pulled out some handcuffs. He walked behind me and made me stand up. He put the handcuffs on me, saying, "You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to speak to an attorney and have an attorney present during any questioning. If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be provided with you at a government expense." "What's going on? Why are you handcuffing me? I didn't do anything," I screamed at the cops. The cop that entered the room with the photos just said James had told him everything and that the proof was all in the photos. He also said that those were the photos James had taken when we were at the hospital. I looked down at the photos on the table and I couldn't believe what I saw. The figure, it was me.
That was a campfire scary story. It wasn't real at all.
Sometimes forensics does have about that.
All right, that was all just fake
What,
fun.
Rowan and,
Yeah.
Rowan and,
All right. All right.
Yeah.
You guys good?
Got it.
Hansel and Gretel. A children's story, or so it seems on the surface, but underneath, the implications are they're mind-boggling, stupefying, and definitely open to interpretation. Oh, Hansel, what a lovely day. Yes, except for the fact that our mother died, and our father remarried a very wicked witch who sent us out to the forest to starve. Other than that, it's a perfect day. Oh, but Hansel, I've been dropping these breadcrumbs. Thus assuring we shall find over them. You are truly a wonderful sister. Thanks. Unfortunately, the birds have eaten all your bread. Oh, crumb! Look, there's a house made of candy. Let's eat that. Before dinner? We're the victims of neglect. We can do it. Oh, but Hansel, a wicked witch. She's tying you up. She's throwing you in a cage to fatten you up. And she's nearly blind. Never fear, Gretel. Each day I shall stick this chicken bone out of the cage. And when she comes to feel my finger, she'll throw me in the oven when I get fat enough. But I fooled her. Oh, but Hansel, now she wants to stick my head in the oven to see if it is hot enough. I shall ask her to stick her head in instead. Good thinking, Gretel. Ow! There, she's dead. End of story. Hooray! But since it's a rather dull story, and we still have 5 more minutes left until our time minimum, let's suppose this untidy little tale was a murder mystery. It was a cool Friday in the forest. I was working day watch on a homicide division. I'm Hansel. I'm a cop. Name? Gretel. Who's the dead bride? Witch. Witch? Witch. Great. How'd she die? I killed her. With what? An oven. You This was no copycat crime, officer. It was my own creation. She deserved it.
Most witches do. Got any witnesses?
My brother over there, he's the one holding the chicken bone.
He do that often?
Sort of a hop.
I'll have to take you down to the station.
Whatever you say, officer.
Of course.
Oh, great.
It's quite tedious, don't you think?
Why?
I mean, English drawing room copy would be much more suitable. Do you?
Yeah,
Wait,
so-
no.
so-
Can I trouble you to give old witchy food a help out?
I beg your pardon.
Perhaps you could just nod your door
Oh, you're the clever one, aren't you? Here, I would spot of tea before we did the bed.
Dash it! I say, the old gal seems to be moving me toward rotisserie.
Dash it all, you've spilled your tea.
Oh dear, Mommy won't be happy about this. I say, it's beginning to warm up in here.
Should I open a window?
Don't fret yourself, Gretel. It'll be over in a minute.
Something the matter?
Oh, a trifle. Can you pull yourself away from me, Crumpets, just a moment? I seem to be a little squeezed.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's my problem. I'm afraid. Ashes to ashes. Say goodbye to dear Daddy, won't you?
Of course.
Well, that seems to be it. Ta-ta, Gretel.
Cheers.
Do you mind if we stop? I really despise this.
Me too. Unless musical comedy.
No.
It's over?
Oh, yeah.
And so the story ends.
One dead witch. Two hyperactive children overdosed on sucrose. An oven that can't be used for cookies again. And a father who still has a lot of explaining to do.
Unsatisfying,
Unbelievable.
but open to interpretation. And that's why they call it theater. Ta-da!
We go for an intermission? Yep, all right, we're gonna take a 9-minute, 33-second. All right, we're gonna take an intermission. Do we have anything special at intermission? The men's / boys bathroom is over there. Women's / girls over there. Gender neutral at the end of the hall. There's also one up in the office. Do you want to use that one?
Not both ways.
All right, you guys get 8 minutes.
8 minutes and 31 seconds. All right.
I'm good, thank you so much.
I got here. The very first presents I ever saw was
Wait, let me grab Rose.
doing pretty great.
Good to see you.
I was said, I saw
Yes, as a duo. So yeah, I think it's good. Cool.
I don't know a lot of these people because they're getting younger, but it's cool to see them all.
Yeah, we started, Roy started another team, like a satellite team at the lower school. Yeah. Cool.
I'm sorry to say that you have to have kids. I think they're not here.
I need to.
It's like I used to
It's sincere.
I have a display right now, current on the shelf display. It just happened to be there anyway for Jewish book month, and so it was like up on display for that. I was like, oh, here's the book. That's fun. I think I have a book for that.
I always think it's more and more. What? No, it's not good. Yeah, it might hurt.
Anytime we go to a tournament, it costs us money to register the kids. Usually we spend probably $1,000 to $2,000 just in registration fees over the course of our entire season. Our states is usually another $500 to $600. So we do use the merchandise that we sell for a fundraiser. I did talk to one of our parents in the high school does like, merchandise and is using that as a fundraiser and actually funneling money right back to us, which is kind of nice, so I don't have to schlep this stuff around all the time. So just keep that in mind. If you are interested in stuff, I know as the holidays approach, some people want to order stuff. You can always email me if there's something that you're looking for, the size and like what you're looking for, and I can see if we have it available and we can get that to you soon.
All right, you want to open with impromptu? I guess we'll open with JC, are you prepared? Oh, yeah, that's right. We're trying to hang on, JC. So we have another really heavy piece. This is not the deep and disturbing piece. So we want to make sure that we give adequate warning before John performs this piece.
I feel like we moved John to the end.
Yeah, well, maybe at the very end, but or second, yeah. Okay, well, that'll be a real upbeat, happy. Okay. Okay. Cool. So this category is impromptu. Impromptu. The competitors, speakers, are given 3 prompts. They can be quotes, they can be questions or resolutions, or they can be visual prompts. This year, the categories are nostalgia, pop culture, and acts of kindness. It's the first time I've named all 3 at once. So, and JC does not know what 3 to choose from. So they're given 3, they pick one, and then once we're going to give JC a little extra, just a little extra time to pick one, and then once you stared at it for about 10 or 15 seconds, I'll start your time, and then I'll tell you when 30 seconds have passed, and then, oh, that'd be great. And then Laura will tell you when your minute is up, and then you begin to speak. You can use that, you can use these. They are allowed to walk into the round with 1 note card with nothing on it, and a writing utensil, and maybe a couple limbs and digits to work with. All right, are you ready, JC? No. Okay, well, I got a bit on the candy bar for you. Who understands it? So,
All right, let's go when you're ready to start.
yeah. Oh, and our tradition is, normally they get serious questions at the tournament, but our tradition is to ask them not so serious questions.
All right, ready?
All right, you ready for your time to start? You still have 2 others. Did you read them? You're welcome.
I'm sorry. All right, time starting now. Starting now.
When given the prompt, if one of your favorite childhood toys had turned evil and you had to battle it, which would be the most formidable and how would you defeat it? I would choose a little something from my childhood. When I was a small little baby, a small, intelligent, and frankly weak little creature, I had a small little stuffed lamb. She had a little lamb top, and she was like a mermaid or something, and the bottom half of her was a pink blanket, and I called her Lila, and she was the best thing ever. And then about a year later, or I don't know, like I'm bad with time and stuff. But she is not sweet. She's not sweet. If you listen to our imaginary conversations, you'll know. But I think she would be a formidable opponent. She knows my deepest and darkest. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about fight-wise. So she's about, yay high. I'm about, yay high. So, let's say this is going to be a Street Fighters kind of situation. I'm going to walk in. I can just punch her across the room. No biggie. I definitely win in the, yeah, that category. But backup situation, I'm not going to drag my forensics friends to my house at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon to go fight a stuffed animal that turned evil. But I have this little, like, chest in the back of my room full of all my childhood stuffed animals. She's gonna throw together a rally, and she's gonna go get them. She's gonna be like, hey, wanna come? Yeah, I know you do. And then I'm gonna be bombarded from all sides by a stuffed animal. Imagine you're a parent, and you walk into your room. You're like, honey, it's time for school. You see your child pulling a Street Fighter with a rabbit. Maybe I should go back to therapy. But I can just call my parents and they'll fix it because she doesn't have parents. But I do, and I know they'll protect me because my mom's a lawyer and I don't know anything about lawyers. So I hope she'll sue her. I hope one day we'll show up to court. Humans on one side, stuffed animals on the other. How do you plead? She was asking for it. I say this, but so yes, if a stuffed animal came to life, I could probably beat it.
So, Reese, how you feeling, Reese? Reese, come on down. And then Ian and Liam are on deck, and then Simran's after that. So, Reese, after your long recovery and convalescence, you get any chairs, pickaxes?
I'm good.
All right, good.
I can't see any one of your faces, so it's great. Everyone ready?
They still talk about it in the kingdom of Did as the year the king got angry with the sky. And they still talk about the page boy Bartholomew Cubbins. Bartholomew had seen the king angry many, many times before. But that year, when his majesty started growling at the sky, Bartholomew just didn't know what to make of it. This snow, this fog, this sunshine, this rain? Bah! I want something new to come down from my skies. Something new to come down? That's impossible, your majesty. You just can't have it. Boy, don't you dare tell me what I can and cannot have. Remember, Bartholomew, I am your king. But how to get something new to come down from the sky? That was rather hard to think of. But for many old nights, the old king stalked around the palace, trying to figure out some way how to do it. Then finally, late one night, just as the royal king was buttoning up his royal nightshirt, why, of course! They can do it for me! Bartholomew, blow my secret whistle. Call my royal magicians. Your magicians, your majesty? Oh no, don't call them. Boy, blow my secret whistle. Yes, sire. He took the king's secret whistle from its secret hook and blew
long blast. And a moment later came the magicians. I wish for you to make something fall from my skies that no other kingdom has had before. They spoke a word. One word. Oobleck. Oh, Oobleck. What will it look like? We just can't tell you anymore. We've never made Oobleck before. We go now to our secret cave on Mystic Mountain Mikatave. They'll do something crazy, Your Majesty. Stop them. Stop them? Not for a ton of diamonds. Well, I'll be the mightiest man that ever lived. Tomorrow, I'm going to have Oobleck. Dawn was just breaking, and Bartholomew was standing, trembling at the bedchamber window. Was he seeing things? No. There was something strange up there in the sky. Little greenish blobs. And there was something frightening about those blobs. Wake up, Your Majesty! They're Oobleck! It's falling! The king sprang out of his royal bedsheet. By my royal whiskers it is! I don't like the looks of those blobs, Your Majesty. Oh, what a day! I'm going to make it a holiday. Take it away. Do you really think it's safe, sire? Boy, wake my royal bell ringer. Tell him to ring the great holiday bell. Yes, sire. Bartholomew ran up to the little cubbyhole in the belfry. Wake your royal bell. His Majesty the King proclaims today a holiday. The bell ringer gave the rope. Nothing happened. Huh, what's wrong with my bell? I better take a look outside. Oh, great greenish molasses! What is that? It's Oobleck. That's Oobleck! It's gooey! It's like glue! Someone's gotta warn the people. I'll tell the captain. Down the stairs raced Bartholomew to the chamber of the captain of the royal guards. Captain, do something. Do something? What's wrong, lad? Captain, haven't you seen that dreadful Oobleck? Oh, that stuff. What's so wrong about that, lad? Captain, it's dangerous. Oh, nonsense. That stuff is harmless. I'll show you. I'll eat some. Oh, no. But before Bartholomew could stop him, the captain was scooping up some Oobleck. Don't, Captain, don't! The captain did. The captain's mouth was glued tight shut with the Oobleck. He tried to speak, but no words came out. Forgive me for leaving you, Captain, but I'll have to warn the people of the kingdom myself. What about that? Outside the palace, the Oobleck was piling up, great greenish tons, and more by the second. Then, inside a moment later, it was just as bad as out. It was coming through the windows. Then, suddenly, amidst all the hubbub, Bartholomew gasped. Where was the king? He had forgotten all about him. Where is he? Where is he? Oh my God. Oh, finally! And it was in the throne room that Bartholomew found him. There sat old King Jerwin of Did, covered in Oobleck, and his royal shorts were stuck to his royal throne. Bartholomew, help! Call my royal magicians. Make them say some magic words. I can't, Your Majesty. Their cave is buried deep in Oobleck. Oh, the Oobleck! It keeps falling harder. Yeah, and it's going to keep falling until your whole great marble palace tumbles down. So you ought to stop saying some magic words and be saying some plain simple words. Simple words? Like what? Like, this is all your fault. The least you can say is, I'm sorry. What? Kings never say, I'm sorry. You're sitting in Oobleck up to your chin, and I'll
also you're in your royal throne stuck to the seat. And if you won't even say, I'm sorry, then you're no sort of a king at all. But then Bartholomew heard a great deep sob. Ah, come back, Bartholomew Cummins. You're right. I am so sorry. And they say the moment that King Derwin spoke those magic words, it was like all of the oobleck simply melted away. And then they say the king proclaims a brand new holiday in honor of the 4 perfect things that come down from our sky.
Here's what we'll do. Amy and William are next, and then Simran after that. Do we have a Richard in the audience? We didn't see him.
Uh-oh.
We didn't see Richard. So what I think we should do is we'll have Dominic close off the part with the kids, the young folks here, and then if you want to go, John wants to go full throttle on his PG-13 version. So and then John's supporters can remain and cheer him up. So that's what we'll do. So John, we'll have a little thank you, and then you'll be. There you go. Come on.
Children, gather round. Mama's gonna tell you a story. Once upon a time there was a
Suddenly, a booming voice came from the clouds. B-5-O, I smell the grease of a giant mechanical pig! An arm reached from the cuts and dragged the Haminator 4000 away.
No! cried Big Three.
The wolf leapt onto the chimney and began to climb down. Big Three ran into the chimney.
The wolf made her swim to get you out of the way by escape pod. So, have a nice dinner. Wait, what are you doing? I was just roasting marshmallows. Nice big stove. Why, that's no stove. That's the stove on my escape pod. At that moment, the wolf was almost out of the chimney. The booster went with a roar, and the pigs watched as the wolf walked towards the enchanted forest.
I'll get you for this, pigs! You haven't earned the last of me!
I'm telling you, you mess with me. You mess with. Oh, be quiet, Big Three cut in.
The wolf landed with a thud in the enchanted forest. A little girl with a red hood and a basket of goodies was skipping by.
Hey, little girl, where are you going?
To Grandma's house to bring us some goodies.
Perhaps you would like some fire insurance?
I co-authored that with Roeper student, like David Golden, I think it was, one of the Goldens, a class of 2003, thereabouts. Yeah, and that was like the most realized version of like the cartoonish vision that we had when we wrote it that I have seen in the 3 billion performances of that. So, well done, you guys.
Also, those are the stage time students, and so we're two of our storytellers.
Yeah.
So, congratulations.
Yeah, that was awesome. Coming up with Simran, so Simran, if you want to get set up while I'm Jabber John. So this is a category, you've seen what we call interp, which is interpretation of literature. The other side is called public address. You have already seen, even though we did not inform you, a public address, which was the impromptu by JC. That is a subcategory of public address called limited prep, because they have a limited amount of time to prepare. This is unlimited prep. Simran has been working on this for an infinity of time. So yeah, and the particular category is informative, where the students pick a topic that they find interesting and then try to get you to be interested in it as well. The other categories that are similar to this one are oratory, which is persuasive speaking, and sales, which you guessed it, you sell stuff. And in informative and sales in middle school, you have visual aids, and they are usually something like this, although you can have other media. And this is Simran's passion about tax. I don't want to spoil it. You good? I mean, I know you're more. And I just want to say, Simran is doing the thing that I forget to do, and that 90% of first year informative people, Simran is actually checking to make sure that the visuals are in the right order. Yeah. Awesome. All right, rocking. All right, cool.
Pythagoras was a Greek mathematician. He is usually known for his discovery of the Pythagorean theorem. E squared plus b squared equals c squared. However, a tablet written centuries before Pythagoras by ancient Babylonians, containing several Pythagorean triples, ordered triples ABC that satisfy the Pythagorean theorem, has been discovered. Pythagoras didn't really discover it after all. It wasn't just different people who discovered it, but an entirely different civilization. So was Pythagoras really all he is commonly seen as? Or was he alive, all his discoveries already done? Was he a genius? Or a cult leader and murderer? His followers believed he was a god. Pythagoras was born in 570 BCE in Samos, Ionia, in modern-day Greece. He later immigrated to present-day Croton, Italy, and established an academy, or really, a cult. Pythagoreans there. Because of oppression against his cult, he moved to alongside unity and origin, since any other number can be constructed from a sum of ones. 2 symbolized women, 3 represented men, and 5 represented marriage, since 2 plus 3 is 5. 4 symbolized justice, since it is the first perfect square that is not 1. 10 to them was the most perfect number, since 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 is 10. Pythagoras wasn't just a mathematician, he was also a philosopher. Very interesting theory. An idea central to Pythagoras' philosophy was that the soul is immortal. According to him, the soul continued to exist independently after death and reincarnated in different people. This cycle is known as transmigration. He believed the soul carries the very essence of someone's personality, including their knowledge and experiences. Through transmigration, the soul undergoes purification, attempting to achieve a more enlightened state. Since the soul is immortal, according to Pythagoras, everyday acts influence the soul's future experience. This was intended to inform people about their choices having far-reaching consequences. Also, once the soul continues for more than one lifetime, its choices are linked to universal harmony and balance. Think about this. Every single mistake of yours may cause a disturbance in the entire universe! Pythagoreans thought that knowledge wasn't something we acquire, something already inside us. This concept is known as knowledge as remembrance. They believe that as the soul experiences the world, it gains knowledge. However, when someone is born, the knowledge their soul has gained in past lifetimes cannot be immediately accessed. Learning then just becomes remembering things your soul once knew in past lifetimes. For example, take a child with a cookie. They know it can be split into 2 parts, but do not yet know about fractions. Their soul does know about it, though. The fact that they know it can be split into 2 parts is like the ghost of the knowledge they once had in past life. What if this were to be true? All the stuff you know you already learned once? That this undermines the countless hours you spent in the classrooms of schools, listening to a teacher droning on about random topics? Then every time you stayed up until midnight studying for your final, you were just reviewing everything you once knew and essentially forgot? That for all our lives, we attempt to climb the formidable mountain of learning. Yet only after about 80 or so years, we just slide back down? What about the 1 to 1 to square root of 2 right triangle? Its side lengths are in the ratio 1 to 1 to the square root of 2. Take a moment to stare at it. How could such a seemingly innocent shape have caused a disaster? Well, one of the Pythagoreans, Hippasus, attempted to find the third side length of a triangle with legs of length 1. Using the Pythagorean theorem, he calculated the square of the third side length to be 2, and the third side length to be the square root of 2. Pythagoras then attempted to find a number whose square is 2. Hippasus then demonstrated that it is impossible to find a rational number whose square is 2. In other words, he demonstrated that the square root of 2 is irrational! Pythagoras, though, believed he really could find a rational number whose square is 2. He really did not appreciate Hippasus' statement that this was impossible and that he couldn't do it. So, Pythagoras decided to take an extremely calm and logical course of action. According to legend, this incident happened while they were in the boat. So, Pythagoras pushed Hippasus overboard and threatened to execute the other Pythagoreans who witnessed the incident if they told anyone about this. Pythagoras didn't really discover the Pythagorean theorem. He even murdered someone. He started a cult which worshipped numbers. Overall, he really imposed his ideas on others and thought he was some kind of all-powerful being. Though Pythagoras was gifted, and maybe even a genius, he was self-absorbed and narcissistic. So, what was he, really?
murder and intrigue. So our first ending to our show tonight is Dominic Price. And this is definitely G-rated. So fear not. And then we will say a semi farewell, and then John will do a full throttle John. Yeah.
Applause!
All right, so I'm about to grab this folding chair behind the pillow. I'm thinking of doing stand-up comedy here, but my legs would get tired. Is that it? Okay. Yeah. So. Okay. Man, can't see anything. This is. All right. I'm doing Goldilocks and Three Bears, but with a twist. Okay. Judging timer ready? Goldilocks and the Three Bears by Roald Dahl. This famous, wicked little tale should never have been put on sale. It is a mystery to me. My loving parents cannot see that this is actually a book about a brazen little crook. Had I the chance, I wouldn't fail to clap young Goldilocks in jail. Now just imagine how you'd feel if you had made this lovely meal. Delicious porridge, steaming hot. Fresh coffee in the coffee pot, with maybe toast and marmalade. The table beautifully laid. One place for you and one for Dad. Another for your little lad. Then Dad cries, golly gosh, gee whiz. Oh cripes, how hot this porridge is. Let's take a walk along the street until it's cool enough to eat. He adds, an early morning stroll is good for people on the whole. It helps your appetite improve. It also helps your bowels to move. No proper wife would dare to question such a sensible suggestion. Above all not at breakfast time, when men are seldom in their prime. No sooner are you down the road than Goldilocks, that little toad, that nosy, thieving little louse, comes sneaking in your empty house. She looks around. She quickly notes 3 bowls brimful of porridge oats. And while still standing on her feet, she grabs a spoon and starts to eat. I say again, how would you feel if you had made this lovely meal and some delinquent little tot broke in and gobbled up the lot? But wait, that's not the worst of it. Here comes the most distressing bit. You are, of course, a proud housewife, and in all your happy married life, you have collected lovely things, like cherubs with gilded wings, and furniture by Chippendale, bought at some famous auction sale. But your most special, valued treasure, the one that gives you endless pleasure, is one small children's dining chair, Elizabethan, very rare. It is, in fact, your joy and pride passed down upon your grandma's side. Goldilocks, like many freaks, does not appreciate antiques. She doesn't care, she doesn't mind, and then she plonks her fat behind upon this dainty, precious chair, and it bursts beyond repair. A nice girl would at once exclaim, oh dear, oh heavens, what a shame. Not Goldie, she begins to swear. She bellows, what a lousy chair, and uses one disgusting word that luckily you've never heard. I dare not write it, even hint it. Nobody would ever print it. You'd think by now this little skunk would have the sense to do a bunk. But no, I very much regret she hasn't nearly finished yet. Besides deciding she would like to rest, she says, "Let's see which bed is best." Upstairs she goes and tries all three. Here comes the next catastrophe. Instead, most educated people choose to rid themselves of socks and shoes before they clamber into bed. But Goldie doesn't give a shred. Her filthy shoes are thick with grime and mud and mush and slush and slime. Worse still, upon the heel of one was something that a dog had done. I say once more, what would you think if all this horrid dirt and stink was smeared upon your eiderdown by this revolting little clown? This famous story has no clues to show the girl removed her shoes. Oh, what a tale of crime on crime. Let's check it for a second time. Crime 1, prosecution's case. She breaks and enters someone's place. Crime 2, prosecution notes. She steals bowl of porridge oats. Crime 3, she breaks the precious chair belonging to the baby bear. Crime 4, she smears the spotless sheet with filthy messes from her feet. A judge would say, without a blink, 10 years hard labor in the clink. But in this book, as you will see, that little beast gets off scot-free. While tiny children, near and far, shout, "Goody good, hooray, hurrah!" Poor daring Goldilocks, they say, thank goodness that she got away. Myself, I think I'd rather send young Goldie to a sticky end. "Oh, Daddy," cried the baby bear, "my porridge gone, it isn't fair." "Then go upstairs," the big bear said. "Your porridge is upon the bed, but it's inside the mademoiselle. You'll have to eat her up as well." Thank you. Tips are appreciated.
Don't walk out in the middle of the road with your eyes closed. That's my tip for you. No, that's my tip for you.
Oh, okay.
All right. Yeah, Dominic has a long and storied history with chairs. Not just with all these 3 big bears. Okay, so... all right, so John, will you give the content warning that you think fits your piece?
Yeah, this one.
Well, here, come up here and be loud.
That's a lot of work.
John's hungry and tired.
Honest, lying, deceitful.
Then we'll do a little one.
This is a totally children's story. Don't worry, it's totally not R-rated. No, this one involves hard subjects involving. This one involves hard subjects involving suicide.
Oh, wait, okay, never mind. Okay, so, all right, hey, let's hear it for all of the folks who have performed tonight. For our new folks, the stage 5 people. Oh, yeah.
Thank you very much. We're gonna see where they're coming. Very
Alright, so as you'll find out when we do our high school forensics night, we usually have like G to PG rated version, and then as they get into high school, they can have more choices towards their pieces. So what John's piece is he wrote his own piece. So there's one category in middle school where you can write your own material. It's called original interpretation, or OIC, whole life. You can either do poetry or prose. So in high school, the only thing that you can write yourself is the public address side of it. But for middle school, they can do it in purpose art.
Let's go, John!
Yeah, everyone's warned enough?
Yes.
Alright, good.
You have been warned.
Start your side.
Is the timer ready?
Yeah.
Why have you been brought into this world only to suffer and starve? Why? Why? What have I done to deserve this endless torture? Boom! To finally find comfort and stability, only have it ripped away in a furious storm of greed created by this great country that supported and stripped away its health, just as fast and fierce as a bomb, leaving nothing in its wake but pain and suffering. Why? Why did the greed of humanity destroy my life? Why should people with flimsy green paper decide life and death? Anger, an uncontrollable torrent of emotion that churns and swirls, trying to escape from its prison. Again and again, you struggle to restrain your emotions, yet they seep out the holes in your prison. Drip, drip, drip. My anger slowly consumes me, and after what felt like a millennia, has drained out of the prison, leaving not even a drop behind. You have to fight against your emotions to pin them in the prison and seal up the cracks. The sea of anger crashes into the walls of confinement, and nothing can contain the tidal wave of anger, sadness, and regret. So strong you can no longer contain it, and it rushes forth, causing you to lash out. Sea of anger slowly settles down to a shallow lake that covers your mind. A thought appears. A terrible, horrifying thought appears. It starts to take root and implant itself in your mind. And no matter how hard you try to get rid of it, it grows back like a weed. You start to believe its whispers as it sits in the back of your mind, constantly there, yet not there, simultaneously. It encourages you to take a rope and walk to the nearest stream. The rope you choose is long and rough, a little frayed at the end. You walk to your favorite tree, your apple tree. You sling the noose on the highest branch, and with a leech, you string it around your neck. As you're suffocating, you claw at the rope, realizing your mistakes, but it's too late. But it's too late. As darkness creeps in, your last thoughts before your agonizing end. Before your agonizing death was of your regrets and your decisions. You wish you could take it back, but it's eternal, engraved in stone. No taking it back once you're dead. How? How does life begin? How does it end? Is it a never-ending cycle? Death, reincarnation, death, reincarnation, death, reincarnation? Or is it a darkness so vast and suppressing, not even the strongest creature can escape from its iron grasp? Or perhaps the iron grasp of death is for your safety, keeping you from the cold, unforgiving creatures from pain and suffering in life, from the creatures of your own creation that stalked you night and day, that stalked you. Years ago, you thought to escape the clutch of death, but you have learned that death is actually a blessing, chance to rest from non-stop death. The warm and welcoming embrace of death has given you a chance to reconcile with your choices. Maybe after a millennia or two of resting, you'll be given another chance. But is life really a blessing, or is it a curse sent upon all human beings to pay for your mistakes? For you have long forgotten pain and suffering, choking regret, and endless work. The choking regret reminds you that life isn't a blessing, but a curse. Follow you night and work, the endless work and choking regret. The creatures of your own creation that follow you night and day, never giving you a chance to rest, but will stop from reaching you by the warm and welcoming embrace of death, like a mother protecting her child. The choking regret reminds you that life isn't a blessing, but a curse. Suddenly, all the memories and emotions of hate, helplessness, and sadness that sat in the back of your mind, gnawing away its endless prison of flesh that death put them in, are flushed out and burned. As you hear their screams, longing to plague your mind with their suffocating thoughts. Why so blue? Why so blue? The memories and emotions of happiness, joy, and love, the warm, comforting embrace of mother and father. So you make the decision, so many before you have made, to return to the comforting embrace of life, only to find yourself starving and freezing on the side of the street, as regret consumes you again. You feel the cold, laughing iron clutch of death drag you back to the realm from whence you came. As it does, you hear its sharp laughter. You really thought you could escape me? Without me, life would be worse than death. It would be worse than death. You need me. You need death. I give you meaning. The prison you fear has captured you once again, and you're in prison for eternity.
Once again, thank you for coming, and staying. And that last one was actually a nice closer, in the sense that, like, that was, as we said, original interpretation written by John, and that's what this is like. All of this is what all of this is about, like human beings expressing themselves in the ways that best fit, like where they are in this moment at this time, and really putting like what's in their heart and their head out to you guys. And I'm sure we accomplished that tonight. So thank you for your parts in all of this too. One more time for all the performers.
Yeah, awesome.
My boss's daughter got a job at kind of event in Boston, so he gets half off all the shoes. So I'm going to be hitting him up for some.
All right. Yeah.
Take a great job tonight.
Good job.
Great job tonight.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Coach. So much for your portal. Getting very sleepy. Oh my God. It's all good. That would be it. Well, you could die.
As of then, I'll create a Lego Star Wars display for Somerset. Then when I was able to call my childhood buddies to drive online, like this kid, they wanted to get some friends to my was here. Just all of that.
He's 6 foot.
Yeah.
Not yet. I do think you early on, you're over 6 foot now. Yes, sir.
And he was there too. Once the dealer side was closed. No, it was terrible. So now the kids are crafting out multiple, they're doing like music and lasers, instant receptor. So that's cheese.
So awesome.
Like they had these banks of laser discs. How's it going?
Good. I have a question on judging, like how the rankings go, but you're in the middle of something.
Oh, no, plus, I mean,
I'm still like judging. So I thought it was like 100, and then yeah.
They're allowed to. It's recommended they don't,
Okay.
but they can.
Okay.
You go 98 to 96, they can.
Interesting.
But like, usually that's like a
I was at like
extreme.
4, top 4.
Yeah.
It goes to, it should go to 97. I put that like quickly in normal. Like if more than 4, it's like fifth place, they still get the 97.
It's the ordinal. If it's more than 4, it goes 497.
Yeah, it's go down.
It does go going down.
No one can
Down,
get
but
the
the
same,
ordinal stays the same.
no one can get the same percentage.
Oh, so they just say you get the 4.
One times 94, yeah.
Sorry, I like this organized. Okay, so it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, when they rank it, they say that the points change.
Percentages go down.
Okay, they were percentages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the ranks, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah. Or like the, first place, and fourth place.
Yes, ma'am. I am nice. Pretty much nice, but like it's just it goes 100.
One is first place. 100%. That's their percentage we got. One, rank 1, 100%. Then, second place gets a 2.
Second.
Yeah, no, they get 2 in the rank. So that's second place. Get it? So whoever is the best of the round always gets 1, no matter what. Now, for the second place, you get a 299 or a 298. But usually they
rank
don't.
2.
Rank 2.
Most
99,
judges,
rank 2,
it's
98.
recommended that they don't skip like a percentage. It's usually goes 99, 98, 97, 96. So if there's 6 people in the round, somebody's gonna get like a 95 or 94. Like it's not, you can't avoid that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's what was confusing, because Kate would be like, yeah, I got like a 100.
That's, yeah, that's
And
best.
she's like,
That's
then
the
I
best
got like
one.
a 390 something.
Right.
So you got 390 something? Like, how is that less than?
That's
I know one
place.
But the kids never explained that.
Yeah.
Well, then,
I'm like, you're not making sense. It's math. Okay, 396 is higher than 100. Like,
Yeah.
is it low score or is it high score?
the
lower than
final.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I'm like,
So it's depending on what each one of those judges thinks.
you got to rank, you got to average a 3.
Yeah, they average the 3, 4
Yeah.
scores.
Yeah, the average one, yeah.
So I was
And I
trying
don't
to.
know if they take the scores from semifinals. I don't
If
think
there is
so.
a semi. Sometimes not the super finals.
Oh, they just rank them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like John, he had
13
a,
years now.
he had a 299, right? 299 on that one?
All we know is a 2.
He got second place, third place, and fourth place when he did it.
Second, fourth, third.
Okay, it doesn't matter the order. He got 2, 3, 4, like in that, and the numbers that were associated with it.
Right.
And then, so he ended up being fourth overall. So I was like, well, then someone maybe that was fourth at one point got first or second or something, or the way that it like so they averaged out.
4th and 2 seconds.
Well, they had a fourth and 2 seconds. Yeah.
There's a lot of possibilities. Theoretically.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's a lot of number of possibilities.
I was like, how did you average to a fourth? If you go 2, 3, 4.
And there's 3 rounds. 6 to 8, so 4 to the third power, so 4 times 4 times 4. That, I got it.
Yes.
You guys have a good night.
Well,
That's
thanks.
where I'm at. I gotta-
All right.
Yeah.